Okay, guys. Old guy here. Super old guy. He grew up when I grew up in the dinosaur days. Okay? What did they call that? Pangea back then? No, wasn't our country Pangea?
That was our land.
Pangea.
Yeah, I
okay.
still have the flag.
That's right. So today, we're listening to 21 Pilots car radio because you guys keep telling me car radio is so amazing. Have you ever heard of 21 Pilots? I think you said you've heard of them, but you really haven't.
I have vaguely heard of 21 Pilots. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the reference is.
Well, I can tell you right now, I learned they're not pilots. Only one of them piloted like a microphone.
They will entertain you exactly. While you're flying, but...
We're going to like it.
Okay.
All right, let's listen to this thing. Get right to it. 21 Pilots, car radio, go!
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer inside. It's on my sleeve, my skin will scream, reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to mask what is real. I could pull the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Whoa.
Dude, you know what I love about these videos, like rapping, is they can put like 5 songs in one songs. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because there's so much verbiage.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up to a certain extent. Yeah. And now, I'll be fully honest here, one of the hardest parts of youth is taking for granted a perfectly good head of hair.
That's exactly
because
right.
You shave it enough. That's
right.
At some point, it's not going to come back.
Well, I reacted to a song called "Stressed Out," and he had no hair. So I guarantee it seems like he shaved it off in this video. Then they did that video like a month later or weeks later.
What do you think about what he's saying, though?
I still want to hear more because at first I was thinking, this is trouble. Like he's literally hunkered down in a room in a corner, and he's saying how bad everything is. But then he says someone stole my car radio. So
you understand why, or I think it's deep.
Tell me. Oh, I want to hear.
I mean, this guy. Well, I mean, to be honest, I went through some tough times in high school, and he's alone. He feels alone, and I identify with, we all have different personality types and temperaments. And the reality is that there were times that even when there were people around me that said that they had a listening ear and they were my friend and confidant, for whatever reason, I didn't think that they understood where I was at that moment in life. Mm-hmm. And I was experiencing what no one else in the world has ever experienced. Now, that's not true, but I can see where he's coming from.
Right.
So.
He gets to that dark place. All right. Ready to hear some more?
Yep.
Go.
Ponder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. I find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we can do, but from the things that work there are only 2, and from the 2 that we choose to do, peace peace will win and fear will lose. There's faith and there's sleep. We need to pick one, please, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, and for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am dying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought, cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Wow. Wow. It is deep, dude.
Yeah, there's some deeper stuff in there, but I do remember, and I don't know why this is, but when we were younger,
yeah,
why was music so important? I mean, I don't know why, but I mean, he keeps hearkening back to, his car radio being gone, and it was like those are the anthems to our lives at the moment, and whatever songs echoed across the car radio or our cassette tapes. Yes, that's dating me.
Cassette.
VHS, not VHS. What were the ones?
8-track.
8-track.
Yep.
That's going even further back in history. Those songs still resonate with me because they were touching my life at times that I was feeling like this dude.
Right. I think that when you're younger, you're really developing your identity. And you don't know what it is because all you have is your parents that's taught you and stuff. And then you open up to all this new stuff out there, especially today, where we have information just piling in on us.
Yeah.
And it's like, who am I in this universe of information? Who am I? And they literally could have 4,000 friends out there on social media and you're feeling alone, right? It's almost like a Justin Bieber song that called Lonely. Like, it doesn't matter how much money, it didn't matter how many people. He was so lonely.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was by himself, which is crazy because he had millions of people that wanted him, right? But this guy he's talking about faith and sleep, and he wants to think.
Yeah.
And thinking is important.
Yeah.
Faith is super important too.
Well, I think he's trying to convince himself to a certain degree.
That's right.
Like, thinking is being alive. So I want you to think.
Yes.
At least stay alive, he's saying. Which, full disclosure, I mean, I went through those thoughts of, it's not that I so much don't want to live, but I just don't want this pain anymore.
Wow.
So it's like, when people are depressed, I think that they sometimes are attracted to sleeping.
Oh, yes. They do.
And so if you look at, it's a little dark, but I mean, this is sort of tapping into that. Yes. But death can kind of be like, oh, that's just like a long sleep.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't mean to be a downer here, but he doesn't exactly seem
you
to be jumping
real
for joy in the hills of Switzerland,
Yes.
So I identify with whatever he's going through. It makes me kind of like want to reach out and like, hey, dude.
Yeah, exactly, because you've been through it and done that. Okay, ready? Go. Wow. That is awesome. Yeah!
Wow. And now I just sit
Oh, I got cold chills, dude.
Well, this like taps a lot into my love of back in the day techno music. I mean, I was never a disco guy.
Total tech.
I did not
techno.
There were a few times I escaped down to TJ.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of music.
Yeah. Totally.
Except they played it for like
clubs.
25 minutes straight. Same tunes. But think about where his emotion went. And it just keeps building up. But I was wondering why he has his mask on. So, I mean, he's kind of saying something about his identity.
Well, the whole thing is like, he's got these people he got the whole room to stand still. Everybody just stand still and stare. Do not move your heads, right? Like, I'm serious. They were looking forward. Like they were frozen. He got the whole room to do that. He's walking out there. And then they're like, bow, bow. And then also they kick it. And everybody's like picking him up. Okay? Yeah. And he's swimming across the crowd to the back of the stage, and then he's just going into this emotional, like, it's pretty intense. That's what I felt like,
I think that's part of the reason people go to concerts is you feel like in unison, even if it's all these strangers. I mean, it's this heady, emotional experience. Like, I don't know these people, but we are one.
Yes.
I mean, it's just a weird. The energy that everyone is like in unison.
A brotherhood.
Yeah, I mean, you know the song, I know the song, we know the words, we're feeling the same thing. Yeah. So I think that's half the reason people become rock stars is like every night I can get my like vibe, I can feel this energy.
That's right, the energy.
All right, the girls. I can get the girls and the energy.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap it up. Let's hear how it ends here. Go.
Binder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Wow. Wait, hold on. See if anything comes up. I missed one time. Okay.
All right.
Pop.
What do you think?
That was really good. I really enjoyed. I love the song. I thought that song was awesome.
So 21
Pilots. That is totally something I could be rocking out of my convertible, and just that how it just brought it to a climax.
But it's funny because he went, like I said, the different personas. He started out as like this, aching, tortured guy. Feeling very alienated, alone. Yep. Enough where like I don't care. I'm taking off my hair.
Yeah, right.
I'm just messing myself up. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then he was like pushing out there, and then he went back to his persona where I see him as a real sensitive guy. That he's just like I just want connection with the world.
Yeah, right.
Connection not with the world, connection with one person.
And he's screaming, "I'm sitting here in silence." I think he was saying.
I want to buy the guy a radio because I feel bad that his car is missing the radio.
Exactly.
And somebody once ripped off my radio out of my lonely little Toyota Tercel, and rather than taking my car.
Man, I thought that was a cool song, man. Cool. I can't wait, guys, to hear more 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
I've heard 2 songs. I wasn't expecting that. To be honest, I only saw 1 song of them, and that is really cool. I can't wait to hear more.
Yeah.
So, all right, till the next one.
Awesome.
Peace out.